if like anybody comes across this, I just want to introduce them
Mhm.
to Teresa.
Yes.
She's one of my private clients. We're focusing mainly on structuring her fitness. When we first met, like how did it go when we met initially? Where did we meet? What do you remember?
Well, I booked a new client session with you at Equinox. I was new to Equinox.
Mm,
I was wanting to change my workout routine, and I put in kind of like a bio on myself and what my goals were and what where I felt I wanted to go as far as the direction of my workout because I was completely changing it. And so they assigned me to you. They felt like you would be a good fit for me, because I wanted to work on strength training. So that was back in November of 2023.
where were you coming from?
So I would say I had a fitness routine since I was probably in my mid 20s, but it was mostly doing a lot of outdoor running, a lot of jogging. I used to run quite a bit, like maybe 3, 4 times a week, maybe 4 to 5 miles at a time. Felt like I had good energy, but my body was starting to just kind of get very flabby, if I'm
Got
being
you.
if
So
I'm being
that's
honest.
like a good, I guess, like an entry point. Like, what were the main challenges that you were struggling with at that point?
I started realizing that this at my age, I'm in my 40s. So I turned 40 in 2018. So I realized I probably needed to do something else that was more progressive. I want to preserve, women as we age. It's really tough. I mean, there's so much maintenance already involved, even beyond,
Mhm.
working out, just like with our face, all this stuff. I want to preserve, my body as much as I can. And I felt like I was already working backwards because I should have started this probably a long time ago. So now, I was like
You're
really,
like catching up.
really determined to like, okay, what can I do to just get ahead and hopefully shave some years off, but pave the way for me to have what I want, age the way I want from here on.
Totally. Gotcha, gotcha. So let me ask you, so it sounds like this in some ways was affecting you even beyond just like the aesthetics.
Yeah, I
Like,
think that was worrying, it was on my mind. It was on my mind. I mean, I was new, the other thing, I had a huge life change. Like I was divorced. I got a divorce in 2022. I moved to a different place. I bought this condo here. I had a lot of different type of stress. I had like a just kind of like a starting over of life. And I felt like it was a really pivotal like time for me to do something different and figure out like, okay, you've just been doing what you think is like maintenance and you think you've been doing the best thing, but really you need a whole lot more. So it kind of all happened all at like once. Like I joined, I moved here, I joined Equinox. Like a lot of things in my life were changing all at once. And I think my age was like playing a heavy, like it was weighing heavy on me. I was
mhm.
like 40, how old am I? 5, 6, 7. I was 44 and a half because I'm 47 now. And I was like, if I'm gonna do something, like it's now. Like I have to do something now, because people don't usually, I mean, the older you get, it's harder to start things usually.
Totally.
Usually.
Yeah, and this is something like something that's kind of common. Like girls, they go through their 20s and like, early 30s, and then like big life decisions happen, and then it's like once you're like in your 30s or even 40s, like the signs start to kind of come and you're like, okay, like I actually have to like do something about this. Like this age thing is real. Like maybe like your skin starts changing and you notice it and you're like, I need to like really now focus on like health, like from a like a longevity perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I would basically say for me, and I think any like woman, it, like same age as me would relate to that. You feel like
Totally.
working against time kind of.
Are you happy with like the way that things are going right now? Yeah. How do you feel about
I'm
your results so far?
Yeah, I'm happy with the progress. I'm happy with how I feel. I feel great. I don't like still that I have not developed any visible muscles in my abdominal area. And I still
Hmm.
I would say that's probably where I still hold the most like looser skin, fat
Hmm.
there. For me, I'm gonna probably have to do something cosmetic about that because when you lose
Hmm.
weight at my age, it's really hard to get rid. Most women have like looser skin when you lose
Hmm.
weight. That's just
Like just the mom pouch, the stubborn
well,
mom pouch.
like looser skin. I mean, some people have problems like in their breast area and their arm area in the back. For
Hmm.
me, it's for like my lower abdominal area. So I would be more pleased because I put on good muscle in my upper body, but like I said, I don't feel like I have any visible
Hmm.
I have like no abs. As far as, you know, like overall, I'd say I'm very pleased with how everything is going, where I'm at, today. A few months ago, I was starting to really panic,
Mm. Mm.
understand why I was gaining so much weight. I'm over here, lifting heavy weights for an hour, and it wasn't clicking to me that I think I just thought it was normal to walk around and feel like you got beat up. I thought it was normal. I'm like, oh, I'm lifting weights. That's how you feel. You feel like hurt, you feel pain everywhere. That's normal. I have to,
Achy.
yeah, I mean, I couldn't even get out of bed. I'd get out of bed some days and I'd step on the floor and I just felt like an old lady. Like my whole body would just hurt, and then I would loosen up a little bit. I'd go lift weights, and then the next day it would be sometimes worse. I think I just was really swollen, and I think I was retaining a lot of water. And I don't think I was eating too many calories, but still probably not hitting the 100-gram mark on protein. I was probably sitting more
Mm.
around 90.
Okay, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped that it like you were patient and it's like you'd like turn the corner. You mentioned that you felt like almost like panicky, but you like stuck with it. We started working together. We tweaked things. Things are going in like a good direction right now. You feel like things are going well.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you one last question. What would be like, I guess, some advice that you could give to somebody else that like felt the way that you were feeling, that was dealing with like those challenges? Yeah, just in general, like what would be like if you met yourself, a few months ago, like what advice would you give her at that point based on like what you know now and everything that you've experienced now?
Yeah, I would say to commit to tracking nutrition and realize that results are not going to come from just lifting more weight all the time, every day. Your body can only take so much, and you need to pay attention to nutrition and recovery. I had no insight really on recovery at that time. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me that that was why I was getting heavier progressively
Mhm.
and pretty quickly too, and it was concerning. And I would just say slow down, commit to tracking the nutrition. You have to know that you're giving yourself enough protein. Nobody knows
Hmm.
what that number is. That's the point, though, that I want to say. I don't think anybody really knows what the magic number is. The magic number is when you start seeing results. For me, that number appears to be somewhere between 115 to 130 grams of protein every day, but that doesn't mean free eating with everything else. So that's what I would say. You don't just get to eat freely because you're starving. You still have to you still have to kind of pay attention to the amount that you're eating and the balance of the fat, the protein, and the carbs.
Teresa, thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
No,
Like
you're welcome. Done
as you
so
know,
much.
like I'm just
Taught me.
trying to like help other girls that are going through this. It's just
Yeah.
rampant. Like it's just happening way too much. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
you're welcome.
being on here. I really appreciate it.
For women, I think overall. So even though you're a man, I think you have a good perspective because you've worked with so many women at this point. So no, I fully appreciate you've taught me so much. And I think if I hadn't started working with you, I mean, I'm wondering like maybe I'd be 130 pounds right now because I wouldn't have stopped working out so much.
Who knows?
I was never like, okay, I'm going to do less. I kept thinking, oh, I have to do more. I have to do more, and I was really harming myself, I think, at that point. Like I just, in a state of, I don't know, inflammation, dehydrated, all these things, and you don't realize that can affect the scales. So yeah.
It means the world, seriously. Yeah, we'll stay in touch. Have a good week,
Okay, you too.
and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care. Thanks, Luis.
Thank you. You're welcome.